Have you ever had one of those brilliant ideas for a podcast, but then you kind of stopped in your tracks when you thought about the cost, the gear, all the technical headaches? Well, that whole world is being completely turned upside down by AI. Today, we're going to dive into how this faceless revolution is making it possible for pretty much anyone to create a professional-level show.
You know, for years, there's been this massive wall between a great idea and actually making a great podcast. So let's start by taking a look at what that wall was really made of.
And it often started right here, with the professional microphone. For so many people, this one piece of gear became this huge symbol of the high cost and all the technical skills you needed just to get in the game. It was a serious financial commitment before you even recorded a single word.
And honestly, the mic was just the tip of the iceberg. Behind that, you had the need for soundproofed rooms, complicated audio mixers, and, the actual skills to use any of it. Getting that clean, pro sound was not easy. It took a ton of money and often years of practice to get it right.
But now, that wall is coming down. And I mean, it's coming down brick by brick. The AI revolution isn't just lowering the barriers. In a lot of ways, it's completely smashing them.
So, let's get to the most important part. This number right here, 90%. AI tools can slash your production costs by up to 90%. I mean, think about that for a second. Suddenly, the biggest barrier of all, the money, is almost completely gone. This changes everything.
So how does it actually do that? Well, what's so cool is how AI just systematically knocks down each of the old problems. You don't need a $1,000 microphone because AI can generate a perfect voice for you. You don't need a quiet studio because it can filter out all the background noise. It can even create and animate your hosts and automate the entire super tedious editing process.
Okay, so what does this actually look like in practice? Let's walk through how you could build an entire show, right now, from scratch, without ever needing a camera or a microphone.
So the core of this whole new approach is your talent, your hosts. But instead of hiring people, you just create them. And we're not talking about robotic voices here. We're talking about incredibly lifelike, engaging personalities that can really connect with an audience and become the absolute heart and soul of your show.
And this right here, this is the new workflow. It's a 4-step process. You can start by designing what your host looks like in a tool like Midjourney. Then you give them a unique, natural-sounding voice using 11 Labs. From there, you bring them to life, animating their dialogue with HeyGen. And finally, you pull the whole thing together and edit it super easily into script. It's a complete toolkit built for creators.
I mean, just look at this contrast. On the left, you've got the old way, this ridiculously complex, intimidating wall of audio tracks that looks like something out of NASA Mission Control. And on the right, that's your new studio, a clean, creative space where your imagination is really the only thing that matters. The focus shifts from fighting with the tech to just creating.
And the editing? Wow. The editing is a total game changer. Imagine editing your podcast just by deleting words from a text document. That's what tools like Descript let you do. If you mess up or say you just highlight the word and hit delete. It'll even get rid of all those little filler words in one click and instantly give your audio that professional studio sound. It's incredible.
Okay, so you can create a podcast easily, you can do it cheaply, but can you turn it into a real business? Absolutely. Because the cost to get started is so low, the path to actually making money is shorter than it has ever been before.
And the market is just exploding. Ad revenue for podcasts in the US is on track to hit nearly $4 billion by 2025. This isn't some tiny niche hobby. It is a massive, growing industry, and there is a huge audience out there just waiting for new, interesting stuff to listen to. And you've got so many ways to tap into that market. Sponsorships are the obvious one, sure, but you can also earn passive income with affiliate marketing. You can sell merchandise using print on demand, which is amazing because you don't have to hold any inventory. You can even take your episode scripts and turn them into blog posts or ebooks. You're creating multiple assets from just one recording. It lets you build a really diverse and solid business around your show. So let's zoom out for a second and just think about the big picture here. What does all of this technology really mean for the future of creating content?
Here's the most important takeaway. The gatekeepers are gone. For the first time, really, the only thing standing between you and a professional quality show is your idea. The technology has basically democratized the entire process. Your unique creative vision is now the most valuable thing you have.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. For decades, the high cost of production meant that only certain kinds of stories from certain kinds of people could ever be told professionally. But now that those barriers are gone,
What new voices are going to emerge? What incredible new stories are we finally going to get to hear?